Sometimes love doesn't need to be announced with fanfare. It can be seen in the way two people look at each other, understand each other, and care for each other in silence. Such is the story that is now stirring the hearts of fans. The story between Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan, two young stars who are finding it increasingly difficult to hide their love behind the camera's spotlight. Their relationship has long been the subject of discussion, but this time it's different. In an interview that felt so honest and warm, Bai Jingting finally opened his heart, revealing the feelings that had only been implied in the glances and gentle smiles they shared. What used to be just rumors has now turned into a reality that makes fans' hearts flutter uncontrollably. It all started when they met on set. At that time, Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan were paired in a romantic drama that required them to play a couple with strong chemistry. But who would have thought that chemistry wouldn't stop in front of the camera? In every scene, Bai Jingting's gaze towards Zhang Ruonan seemed so real. There was something behind those eyes, a warmth that couldn't be faked. And when the cameras stopped rolling, their interactions remained sweet and attentive. Many crew members testified that the two often laughed together, helped each other with dialogue rehearsals, and even shared food between takes. At first, I just thought he was professional and really fun to work with, Bai Jingting said in the interview. But the more I got to know him, the harder it was for me not to care about him. A simple sentence, but full of meaning. And that's when everything changed. The audience isn't stupid. They can see how the chemistry between Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan feels different from your average on-screen couple. When they laughed together, the world seemed to stop for a moment. When they looked at each other, it was as if there was a story that only the two of them understood. Fans began to notice the little things, the way Bai looked at Zhang with soft eyes, how Zhang Ruonan seemed more comfortable when Bai was around, and even how they often used the same items backstage. It was as if their worlds had naturally begun to align. And now, with Bai's own admission, all the pieces finally fit together. He didn't deny that Zhang Ruonan had a special place in his heart, and that he felt lucky to know her more deeply. In a moment that left all the fans speechless, Bai Jingting said with gentle eyes, "I don't know exactly when it happened, but every time I see her smile, I feel like the world becomes lighter. She makes me want to be the best version of myself." Those words pierced the hearts of everyone who heard them. There are no words of love more sincere than the confession of someone who wants to change for the better for the sake of the one they love. Zhang Ruonan, with all her simplicity, had become a light that calmed Bai's heart. No glitz, no excessive drama, just sincerity radiating from two hearts that found each other. Although Bai Jingting is known as a calm person who rarely talks about his personal life, their small interactions in public were enough to make fans speculate. At several events, Bai was often seen gently watching over Zhang, making sure she was comfortable and safe in the crowd. There was a moment that went viral when the two were caught on camera backstage. Bai slowly leaned down to talk to Zhang, while Zhang just smiled shyly. No words were heard, but the silence was sweeter than anything. A fan wrote on social media, "They don't need dialogue. Their glances are enough to tell the whole story." And it's true. Their love feels like a poem without words, gentle yet profound, simple yet heart-stirring. When Bai Jingting finally spoke openly about his feelings, the public was in an uproar. Not all celebrities dare to express their love in front of the world, especially in an industry that always demands a perfect image. But Bai chose to be honest, not because he wanted attention, but because he wanted to live sincerely. "I don't think there's anything wrong with loving someone sincerely," he said calmly. "I appreciate her, I respect her, and I want to protect her smile as much as possible." Those words resonated with many people. Fans flooded social media with support, praising Bai's courage in choosing honesty over pretense. They knew this wasn't just a typical celebrity relationship. It was about two hearts who understood each other even as the world watched. Who is Zhang Ruonan in Bai's eyes? She is not just a coworker, not just a friend on screen. In Bai's view, Zhang Ruonan is a gentle yet strong person, someone who never pretends to be someone else. "She doesn't try to be perfect," said Bai. "She just is herself, and that's enough to make me fall in love." Zhang Ruonan is known for her warm personality, humble attitude, and dedication to her work. She is not the type of celebrity who craves attention, but rather someone who works hard behind the scenes. And perhaps that is precisely why Bai feels touched. In every glance, Bai seemed to say, "I see you, not just as a star, but as someone who makes my life more meaningful." Since that confession, the world has been talking about them non-stop. Photos of them together went viral again. Behind-the-scenes video clips began circulating once more, and the hashtag Bai Jingting Zhang Ruonan love became a trending topic on various platforms. However, behind all the hype, the couple chose to remain calm. There were no excessive clarifications, no displays of affection in front of the camera. Just two people who continued to live their lives quietly, as if to say, "We don't need to prove anything, because we know how we feel." Fans describe their relationship as a form of mature love that is not rushed, does not need to be loudly announced, but still feels real in every movement and glance. True love does not always come with fireworks. Sometimes, love grows in silence, slowly but surely, like a flower that blooms without a sound. That is what happened to Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan. In a world full of noise, they chose silence. In a world that demands showmanship, they chose sincerity. And in a world that quickly forgets, they built something lasting. No one knows what will happen next, but one thing is certain. Their love has touched the hearts of millions. When a reporter asked Bai if he regretted opening up his feelings, he simply smiled. "No," he replied softly, "because loving someone like her is not something I need to hide." And there, the whole world paused for a moment. Amidst the glare of lights and the clamor of cameras, two hearts had found peace. Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan. Two names that are no longer just a couple on the screen, but a real-life story of pure, gentle, and eternal love. Is this the beginning of their new journey? Maybe. But one thing is certain. When love is spoken with honesty, the world trembles along with it.